activities list is probably one of the most underestimated portions of the application. People tend to think that it's kind of like a foregone conclusion, and you basically just kind of fill out what you've done, and there's not really much variability or different ways to improve on the way that you're articulating your activities or ordering them. I think that one of the most common mistakes I see is that people order them reverse chronologically, so they'll add the things that they did in ninth grade first before they do the other things, and ultimately you want your most important, significant activities to be up front. So that's probably number one. The second common mistake that I see is students they ask how many hours a week, how many weeks a year you've participated in these activities. Students routinely fudge those numbers, but some students every year, they put so many hours in those individual activities that it's actually more hours than there are in a week. And the admissions officers, of course, add this up and then decide, okay, this student is definitely lying to us. So I think they expect some amount of exaggeration, but if it's excessive, they'll know. And most students don't really take the time to think through that. Other than that, I think one of the kind of a more complex mistake that I see is that people don't use the description space for these activities effectively. If you were to add up the word count for the description spaces on all 10 activities, it would be about 3/4 the length of your personal statement, which is to say that the importance of that section should not be understated. And it is one of the few places that you get to really describe not just what kind of leadership roles you held, but also what your tangible achievements with that leadership position were. The last thing I would say is that a lot of people put in activities in their activities list that have proper nouns that nobody else knows. They're specific to the school. Like, I won the Wilmer Hale Prize at my high school. Nobody knows what that means. So if you're going to use a proper noun, you need to explain what it is, both in terms of the awards or achievements that you've had or the activities. You need to make sure that you are not relying on an admissions officer to go Google around for whatever the award is that you've won, because they're not going to do that. That's more or less the kind of primary mistakes I've seen. I'm Joel Butterly, the co-founder and CEO of InGenius Prep. Please subscribe to our channel and comment below.